I'm AJ Hounshell. Well, I'm a sophomore at Trinity Christian High School, and some of my passions are obviously building with Lego, and I also like to write my own screenplays. So it kind of started around Thanksgiving break, my 7th grade year. So I just got really sick, and we didn't really think much of it. It was just you just got sick. And so this kind of went on for a few weeks of just not feeling great. And I remember one day I just walked into the kitchen and I was just out of breath just from walking. So that kind of started, worrying my parents. And so we went to several doctors to check blood work and stuff. And they noticed that just something was off. So that's when they had us go to the ER.
So we took him on December 10th of 2019. Mm-hmm. And so December 11th is when she gave us the results that it was leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely shock, because no one ever thinks that that'll happen to you until it does. The doctor, Dr. Barr, she was really encouraging, and she told me outright. She was like, it's about 3.5 years of treatment, but it's really treatable.
He started his first chemo within
just a few days.
And the goal of the first 30 days of treatment is remission. To be able to find no leukemia at 30 days through blood tests and a bone marrow check.
Thankfully, he was in remission at 30 days.
Yeah.
So we just proceeded with the
next step,
which was just continued chemo.
We got to the maintenance phase of therapy.
Well, the experience was really good. We got to get to know a lot of nurses. The ones who would access my port mostly, because we would see them just every day and we got to know them a lot. But at UMC, whenever I would stay overnight at the hospital, that's when the nurses would bring me stuff, because they would know, and they were like, you look sad, we'll bring you what you can. And because building Lego, it's kind of like a stress relief. So it kind of calms you. In my opinion, it's like therapy. So that was always great. Sadly, my sister wasn't allowed in the hospital because this was during COVID. But, after I came home, she would always ask how I felt and stuff like that. And she would watch movies with me just to kind of cheer me up.
Me and AJ have really just gotten close over the time that he has been diagnosed and he was going through all the treatment. So as hard as the journey is, just take value in the time that you do get to spend together, because that's probably been the most important part of our relationship, is us getting to spend so much time together and helping him get through it just by hanging out and watching movies and just doing whatever you can to just cheer them up. The little things go a long way.
Being isolated from all my friends and stuff, it's not fun. You kind of get really lonely and sad. So going back my freshman year, full time, that was just a lot better, because when you're young, you think, I don't want to go to school, but after being gone for so long, you just kind of it's kind of good to be back.
The day of AJ's his last lumbar puncture, was his 28th. Dr. Al Rahawan was the one doing it. We had made some shirts that said AJ's final spinal with the number 28 on it, and he was wearing it. The child life specialist was wearing it.
All the nurses that we'd give it,
they're just such a big support system. Mm-hmm. And they'll do, and we've seen them do it with other patients too. They'll make funny TikToks, or they'll wear t-shirts, they'll wear bracelets, anything they can do to really make you feel like they care, because the way they treat you, I know they care.
Talking to me too, just being always just intentional about what they're doing, especially the child specialists, and I know they've talked to my parents a lot just about me and how I was doing. So they pay good attention to siblings that do have to go through this, even though I wasn't up there as much as I would have liked to be.
The one thing I'm not sure people realize is the level of expertise that especially the pediatric oncologists have. They're world class. In fact, they just got approved for a fellowship program to bring other physicians in from around the country and train them. I've been around a lot of doctors in my 20 plus years in the medical field, and those oncologists are some of the smartest people I have ever met. I couldn't ask them a question they didn't know the answer to. They're very intentional. They're very caring. They tell you like it is. They tell you what to expect, but then they deliver, and they are really, really good. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
It's been obviously a long 3 years, but I also can't believe, it's kind of hard to believe that it's already done. But, once it is done, I don't know. I mean, I just keep planning on just being a high school student, and I plan on being more active because, being off chemo, you're going to have a lot more energy, and I plan on just doing more, I guess you could say.